Welcome back to episode 4. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Timothy.
Hello, English learners and wrestling fans. Welcome back to the Talkberry English Podcast. Today, we're going to learn about a real legend while practicing our English, the one and only Hulk Hogan.
He was a famous wrestler who changed the world of sports entertainment. Join us as we explore his amazing life and career. It's a great chance to improve your vocabulary and listening skills. Let's get started.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the place you come to cut through all that noise and get the insights you really need to be, well, truly well-informed.
Yeah, exactly.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into someone who, literally redefined an entire industry. A giant.
Absolutely.
A man whose presence, just larger than life, filled arenas, captivated TV screens for decades. We are talking, of course, about Terry Bollea.
Better known as Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, yeah. Who recently passed away at 71. Now, his impact on professional wrestling, on pop culture, it's colossal. You just can't deny it.
No, you really can't.
But as we're going to discover, his legacy, it's layered, immense triumphs, sure, but also some significant controversies. It makes for a really complicated picture.
That's exactly right. And our mission here in this deep dive is to really unpack a whole stack of sources we've got.
Right.
Biographical details, news reports about his passing, his finances.
Fan discussions too, right?
Oh, yeah. Fan discussions, historical accounts of his career, the highs, the lows. We're going to try and distill the most important bits of knowledge about Hogan's life.
Helping you understand not just what happened, but maybe why it matters. And I guess how you even begin to view such a profoundly multifaceted public figure.
Exactly.
So when we talk Hulk Hogan, it's not just Terry Gene Bollea born in Augusta, Georgia. It's more than that, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
How much of that icon was really him, and how much was this meticulously crafted persona that just connected so deeply with a generation?
That's a great question because he absolutely crafted that icon. This wasn't just some wrestler showing up. He was the architect, the architect of Hulkamania.
Right.
I mean, think about it. The huge physique, 6'7", towering, that signature red and yellow gear. And of course,
The mustache.
the blonde handlebar mustache, yeah. And the catchphrase, it became a mantra for kids everywhere. Say your prayers and eat your vitamins.
It really did.
What's fascinating, though, is how this whole persona just fundamentally changed professional wrestling. Before, say, 1985, it was all pretty regional, kind of splintered.
Right, different territories.
Exactly. Hogan, as the front man for the WWF, he wasn't just a star, he was the catalyst. He made it explode into the mainstream.
And that mainstream appeal, that really blew up with WrestleMania 1 in 1985, didn't it? What was it about that event? What made it such a game changer?
Oh, absolutely. WrestleMania 1 was pivotal. Hogan headlined it with Mr. T.
Mr. T, yeah.
Right. So it wasn't just a wrestling match anymore. It was this cultural phenomenon. They even hosted Saturday Night Live the night before.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Which really signaled, wrestling's leap from this kind of niche entertainment thing to a national mainstream spectacle. Hogan was just central to two massive wrestling booms, the 80s, the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, a lot of people believe the wrestling business wouldn't be anything like it is today without him. He just had this incredible drawing power.
Unrivaled, really.
Totally unrivaled. Selling tickets,
Yeah.
pay-per-views, more than anyone in history, really. In the 80s, you got to remember, he was as recognizable as like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Level.
Yeah, that kind of crossover appeal was the game changer. It was everything.
And that drawing power, it really hit its peak, its absolute zenith at WrestleMania 3rd. Can you kind of set the scene for us, that iconic event?
Okay, yeah, WrestleMania 3rd, March 29th, 1987. Pontiac Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan.
Yeah.
The main event, Hogan defending his WWF World Heavyweight Championship against Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant.
A legendary. And the match is remembered for that moment. Hogan scoops, slamming the, 525-pound Andre.
Incredible.
Followed by the leg drop for the win. Classic Hogan. But what's interesting, too, are the numbers. The claimed attendance was, get this, 93,173.
Which would have been a record, right, for indoors.
Exactly, a record. But looking back, retrospective analyses, they kind of estimate the actual attendance was probably closer to 78,000.
Huh. So what does that tell us then about the showmanship, the nature of wrestling back then, blurring lines between fact and spectacle?
Oh, it speaks volumes. It's all about the theatricality,
Right.
right? That defined wrestling. But look, whether it was 78,000 or 93,000, it was a colossal event. Generated over $10 million in pay-per-view revenue. That was a record for the time.
Wow.
And beyond the main event, you had other things adding to the prestige, like that incredible Intercontinental Championship match, Ricky Steamboat versus Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, a classic. Many say one of the greatest ever.
Absolutely. Considered one of the best in WWE history. Plus, you had celebrity involvement. Aretha Franklin singing America the Beautiful. Alice Cooper was there.
Wow. It was a whole package.
Complete entertainment package, yeah.
It's fascinating, though, how someone so dominant in one specific arena, wrestling, could then successfully branch out into so many other things, other media. What drove that, do you think, that expansion?
Well, Hogan clearly understood the power of his brand, right?
Mhm.
Extending the brand. His professional evolution, it went way beyond just wrestling. He took on roles as an actor, a producer, a performer across all sorts of media.
Yeah, I remember seeing him pop up in movies.
Oh, yeah. He got like 57 acting credits. Films like Rocky the Third.
Right. Thunder Lips.
Exactly. Gremlins 2, Muppets from Space, TV shows too, Baywatch, The A-Team. It let him keep that celebrity glow, even when he wasn't wrestling all the time.
And that reach, it went even further into reality TV with Hogan Knows Best on VH1. That ran for a few years, 2005 to 2007, featured his then wife Linda, their kids, Brooke and Nick. And we saw reports at the time of his death, his estimated net worth was around $24 million, mostly from wrestling, but also those reality TV appearances.
Yeah, though his financial journey, it wasn't always smooth sailing. Our sources mention his fortune dropped significantly after his divorce from Linda.
Right.
Which, is come on, but maybe underappreciated, the challenges public figures face with personal stuff like that. But what's really remarkable, honestly, is his longevity.
Yes, 71.
Making it to 71. That's quite an achievement for a wrestler from his generation. So many of them, sadly, passed away much, much sooner.
It is a stark contrast, absolutely. What do you think contributed to that resilience physically, maybe mentally too?
Well, part of it certainly seems to be this rigorous workout routine and a pretty holistic diet he kept up, even into old age.
Right.
There was that famous quote from him in 2023. He was nearly 70, talking about his fitness goal.
Okay.
It kind of captures that Hogan persona perfectly.
What was it?
Something like, when I'm walking on the beach with my girl with my shirt off, I want to look better than the 30-year-old guy next to me who thinks he's the cock of the walk.
Yeah. Chuckles. Okay, yeah, that sounds like him.
Right. It wasn't just about health. It was about maintaining that image, that larger-than-life thing, even in retirement. He really lived that eat your vitamins mantra,
Seems like it.
He had this intense, super disciplined routine, workouts focusing on different body parts daily. And his diet was apparently very clean, organic, eating small meals often, careful about eating late.
Mm-hmm.
It fueled that physique for decades.
Yeah. The same spotlight that created Hulkamania, it also ended up shining a light on some pretty significant complexity, some major controversies that really defined his later life, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. No question.
Let's delve into some of those. Starting with the sex tape controversy.
Right. Okay. So back in 2007, a sex tape was secretly recorded. It involved Hogan and his friend's wife.
Okay.
This whole thing escalated dramatically when Gawker, the website, published about 9 seconds of that footage in 2012.
Just 9 seconds.
9 seconds. But it led to Hogan filing this massive $100 million civil lawsuit against them.
Wow.
And in 2016, a Florida jury actually ruled in his favor, awarded him $140 million, which was just unprecedented.
Yeah, a huge sum.
Gawker later reached a settlement for $31 million. And famously, this was partly supported by Peter Thiel, the tech billionaire.
Right, who had his own issues with Gawker.
Exactly. So this case, it wasn't just about a celebrity sex tape. It became this landmark moment for privacy in the digital age. And it showed the power of, private money backing legal fights against media outlets.
What did Hogan himself say about it?
He testified that the release left him mortified. He said he wasn't aware he was being taped and emphasized, look, this wasn't for entertainment.
Then there was the family drama, which also played out very publicly, kind of changing that Hogan knows best image completely.
Yeah, that unraveled pretty fast. The show got canceled in 2007. Then in 2009, Linda, his wife then, filed for divorce after 24 years.
24 years. Wow.
Yeah. She cited Hogan's infidelities, including an alleged affair with a close friend of their teenage daughters.
Oh, messy.
Very messy. And more recently, just this past March 2025, Linda posted this emotional Instagram video, said she was estranged from her daughter, Brooke, accused Hogan of being a sex addict and a liar.
Whoa.
Though she did later clarify, calling him a good father, but a struck husband.
Okay, so complicated feelings there too.
Very. Hogan then got married again to Jennifer McDaniel from 2010 to 2021, and then married Sky Daly in September 2023.
And the kids, Brooke and Nick, they were under that same intense spotlight too, right? Had their own public struggle.
Oh, definitely. Brooke, she pursued singing, had her first single in 2004, toured with Hilary Duff, Backstreet Boys.
I remember that.
Yeah. She even dipped her toe into wrestling briefly. Had her own spin-off reality show, Brooke Knows Best, mostly focused on family drama and her music.
Right.
She recently married an NHL player, Stephen Alexi, back in June 2022, and they had fraternal twins in January 2025.
Okay, so building her own life.
Building her own life. But our sources do mention this strained relationship with her father, including choosing not to go to his last wedding. Said she needed healing and distance from the family.
That's tough. And then there's Nick Hogan.
Yeah, Nick. His early motorsport stuff was on Hogan Knows Best, but he also faced really significant legal trouble.
The car crash.
Exactly. That terrible 2007 crash that left his friend John Graziano with permanent brain damage.
Just tragic.
Horrible. Nick was charged with felony reckless driving, pleaded no contest, ended up serving 6 months in jail.
And what's striking there, I remember reading, was the difference in how Hulk and Nick talked about it publicly.
Yeah, that was quite something. Hulk publicly said the crash was, quote, the best thing that ever happened to him, meaning Nick, for his growth.
Wow.
But Nick himself called it horribly devastating, something he carries every day, a real contrast. And Nick also had a more recent DUI arrest in November 2023.
So ongoing issues there.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
That contrast in perspective, though, it's incredibly telling about the complexities within that family.
And maybe the most sensitive, the most widely discussed controversy, the one that really, really impacted his public image, the racist rant.
Yeah, that was seismic. In 2015, a leaked audio transcript came out, published by the National Enquirer. It revealed Hogan using racial slurs, talking about his daughter Brooke's love life.
And the language was pretty extreme based on the report.
It was extremely offensive. The transcript included him saying things like, I don't know if Brooke was fucking the black guy's son. And then, I don't have double standards. I'm a racist to a point, fucking giggers. And he went on. But then when it comes to nice people and shit and whatever, then later, I'd rather, if she's going to fuck some Hager, I'd rather have her marry an 8-foot-tall mayor worth $100 million, like a basketball player. And finally, I guess we're all a little racist. Fucking rigor.
It's incredibly jarring to hear those words attributed to him. How did he respond at the time?
Well, he issued a public apology pretty quickly, called the language unacceptable, said it was one huge mistake, and claimed, that's not who I am.
But then he gave an interview that caused more controversy, right?
Yes. On Good Morning America, he offered this explanation. Suggested he'd kind of adopted that language growing up in South Tampa, associating with African Americans there, which didn't go over well with many.
I can imagine. And the consequence from WWE was pretty swift initially.
It was. They removed him from the WWE Hall of Fame in 2015, terminated his contract at the time.
But he was later reinstated.
He was. Reinstated in 2018. WWE's official reason, as summarized by someone on Reddit, looking at WWE's statement, was basically due to his numerous public apologies and him volunteering to work with young people, which apparently led to an induction into the Boys and Girls Clubs of America Alumni Hall of Fame.
Okay. And how did the fans react to that reinstatement? I imagine it was mixed.
Oh, hugely mixed. Very diverse, often conflicting reactions, especially on places like Reddit. Some fans were happy. They felt he deserved a second chance, citing his importance to wrestling history, arguing people can make mistakes and learn from them.
But others strongly disagreed.
Vehemently opposed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Many questioned his sincerity. Some suggested it was just about money for WWE. There was a big debate. Is racism just a mistake, or is it something deeper, a character trait that maybe shouldn't be so easily forgiven or overlooked?
Right. The whole redemption narrative question.
Exactly. And some fans brought up comparisons to other controversial figures in wrestling, like the Fabulous Moolah or the Ultimate Warrior, pointing out what they saw as inconsistencies in how WWE handled different situations, different controversies. It really sparked a lot of debate about accountability, about legacy, about who gets memorialized in these halls of fame.
And beyond these really personal, intense controversies, his later political stances also seem to affect his popularity.
Yeah, his outspoken support for President Donald Trump definitely led to a noticeable hit in his popularity among some segments of the fan base. There were instances where he got booed at more recent WWE appearances.
Which is such a stark contrast to that widespread, almost universal adoration he had back in the Hulkamania days.
Night and day, really.
So when you put it all together, the incredible highs, the undeniable impact, and then these really deep lows and controversies, what does his legacy look like? How do we even sum it up?
Well, it's truly a tapestry, isn't it? Woven with incredible triumph and, frankly, significant turmoil.
Yeah.
The Hulkamania era undeniably left this huge, indelible, positive mark on wrestling and pop culture. It fundamentally shaped the industry we see today.
He was a pioneer, helped make wrestling global.
Absolutely. A pioneer.
But his later years were also just undeniably marked by these scars and stains, as you said, on his public image. His legacy isn't simple at all. He became, for a time, maybe a wrestling pariah in some circles, facing, diminishing reactions from fans who were judging him more holistically.
Right. Not just the character anymore, but the whole person, warts and all.
Yeah.
And maybe this deep dive into such a complex figure encourages all of us, to think about the multifaceted nature of fame, of influence, of personal accountability when you're in the public eye. His story, it's really compelling testament to the incredible highs of superstardom, but also the profound lows of personal and public controversy. He's still undeniably a force in sports entertainment history.
So as we wrap up, maybe a final thought for you, the listener. What does it mean for us when a figure who defined an entire era, whose impact is just undeniable, also embodies these contradictions that really challenge our understanding of heroism, accountability, and how do we, as a society, how do we balance the immense cultural contributions of an individual with their personal failings, their controversies? Something to think about.
That brings us to the end of our tribute to the legendary Hulk Hogan. We hope you enjoyed learning about his incredible story and found this an excellent way to practice your English.
Remember, listening to real-life stories like this can really help you improve. If you liked this video and want to learn more English with interesting topics, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Talkberry English Podcast.
What was your favorite part of Hulk Hogan's career? Tell us in the comments below, using your best English. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next English learning episode, brother.